Discipline equals freedom. Everybody knows discipline equals freedom. Guys, what's up? Hey, discipline is like this buzzword that people throw around these days, and everybody seems to be chasing it. But so many people struggle with it. Like, what is discipline? Discipline is the ability to do the thing you don't want to do, to correct yourself and stick to the path that you set out. So, guys, in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you some simple mindset shifts that you can make to make sure that you actually stay disciplined. Like, I was the guy that had discipline 5 days a week, but he didn't have it 7 days a week. Now, real discipline, there's being disciplined, and then there's elite level discipline. And if you look at somebody that you admire, somebody that you respect, one of the biggest things that they have that you don't, one of the biggest things that separates you from them is just that they're more disciplined. They've been at the task longer. They've been hammering it more, and they've been hammering it longer than you have. An undisciplined person constantly has to start over in life, whereas a disciplined person stays on the path. So that's what I'm going to break down in this video. If you guys are new to the show, hey, Jeremiah Sullivan. I was a small town kid, and then I became an infantry officer, Army Ranger. I served in the 75th Ranger Regiment. I was a Ranger platoon leader there, and I was also assigned to the Special Operations Task Force overseas, where I was the Strike Force 1 PL. And then after that, I went back to the conventional Army, where I was an infantry commander. I did 4 military deployments, 3 to Afghanistan, 1 to Iraq for 15 months when I was an enlisted engineer. But the whole thing, I share that story because I transformed a lot in the military. And then I applied those same personal development tools that helped me become a Special Operations Ranger to my life as an entrepreneur. And when I got out of the military, I became an entrepreneur, and I started working with working professionals, business owners, entrepreneurs, and I helped them hit their goals in their personal and professional life, man. And I started getting really good at it. I started helping people, freaking take 12 months goals and collapse them down to months, man. I help people get a house in like 3 months or 2 months when they thought that it was going to take them years. I help people run marathons when they thought it was going to take years to doing it in days. I help people scale their companies to go from multiple 8 to high 9 figures in a fraction of the time they thought it was going to take by working on their leadership. Help sales professionals go from freaking stuck in a rut, not making any money, to $17,000 months, man, in just one call. So what I do today is I really help people with leadership. I help them with mindset. And when you equip people with these soft skills, right, these mindset tools, they can accomplish, pretty much anything, like really, truly, if they're willing to do the work. Now, I don't have I'm getting on a little bit of a tangent, so let's just dive into the material. I don't want to take you guys down all that shit. But my point is becoming disciplined, all right? Especially online, like these military pages and these, I think, Jocko was one of the guys that really started talking a lot about discipline, and a lot of people started realizing the value of it through his message. And I think it's a great message. But I think one of the bigger things that's missed online is people don't really stop to think about how to actually build the discipline. Like, yes, it is as simple as just do it. It is as simple as just making a commitment. But what is the thing that drives discipline? I think discipline is a skill, but discipline is also a result. Like, you can be disciplined, right? And if you're not disciplined, life doesn't go your way. So what are some of the keys to discipline in your guys' opinion? Like, think about this real quick. Have you ever stopped to think about what are the drivers of discipline? What are the things that make you be disciplined? Okay, because if you can understand what makes you be disciplined, like what happens before you're disciplined that causes the discipline, you'll be more likely to actually implement it. So a lot of people get fucked up because they think that discipline is an identity, right? I am or I am not disciplined. And so if they struggle with an area of their life like fitness or maybe their sales, they have an identity that they beat themselves up all the time, and they say that they're not disciplined, period. And so those areas suffer. But the fact of the matter is that every single person has areas of their life where they are disciplined, where they execute regardless. Okay, now imagine you have a job, a 9 to 5, and you show up to that job every single day, but you hate the job. And you skip your workouts. but you show up to your job and you never miss. You actually are disciplined because you show up to that job. Why is it that you're disciplined in that area, but not in an area where you're relying upon yourself, where you're not reporting to anybody? Well, I'll make it quick. I'll dive right into it. It really comes down to a few simple things. Number one, how you're making decisions. Okay, a lot of people, when they're deciding whether or not to follow through on something, it's their decision-making tool that's fucked up. So, discipline, the catalyst to discipline is a few things. The things that causes discipline. Number one is integrity, doing the right thing. If you guys stopped focusing so much on like just trying to be disciplined and you started focusing more on just doing the right thing when shit sucks, you would actually become more disciplined, man. Like, you really would. Like, maybe you're not disciplined. Maybe you drink too much. Maybe you actually hit your sales quotas and then you give up and you stop. Like, when you hit success and you hit a result, that doesn't mean you should stop being disciplined. Discipline should be a never-ending thing, because if you're constantly chasing results, you're not actually focused on building the best you. You're not actually elevating yourself to get better results. That's really important. You guys want results, but you don't really focus enough on building the best you. The best you gets all the results. So if we focus on less chasing results and we focus more on building the best us, the results take care of themselves. So bringing this together, okay? Number one, if I want to build better discipline, if I want to be more disciplined, I need to have and focus on integrity. Number two, I need to really tie what the thing that I'm doing to a higher purpose, because, you know, fear of judgment drives a lot of people. And that's why when you go to work, you're on time. But when it comes to the gym, you slack off. Is because there's no judgment when you don't there's no judgment from anybody else. The keys are right there. There's no judgment from anybody else when you skip the gym except for yourself. And you've actually become used to ignoring your own judgment. So at work, the idea of external judgment, the idea of people judging you, and the consequences that go along with showing up late drive you to success. So if you want more discipline in your life, it's super simple, man. Like I said in the last video, this shit isn't rocket science. You need to put more pressure on yourself and have more judgment about not following through. Okay? So, you know, when I think about not going to the gym, one of the things I think about is letting people down. Like, I just had a full ass day. I've already done 2 workouts, but I had a lift that I committed to. And so when I'm in those crossroads of like, man, I'll do that lift tomorrow. I think about my social media people and I'm like, nah, man, they need to see people doing the work no matter fucking what. Even if you're in shape, even if you're more fit than most people, they need to see you doing the work. So get up and put the work in. So if you have kids, one of the biggest drivers that you can use to elevate yourself with your discipline is your kids. When your kids are watching you right now, like when your kids are watching you and you're thinking about skipping that workout, do you think about them? Do you really let your mind sink in on the fact that you're letting them down? Because that's what I do. Okay, so integrity is a key to discipline. Judgment is another key to discipline. And you take it off? Sharice just came out, guys, so right in the middle of oh my gosh, she's got her freaking taser. What you got there? Hey, I don't let my wife leave the house without a taser. Show them what you got.
A little Sparky.
Oh, she gonna fuck somebody up with that. All right, later.
Okay.
See ya. All right, so we got integrity, we got discipline, and then we got the last thing is consequences. I alluded to it a little bit earlier. You know, if you stop letting yourself off the hook when you're not disciplined, you'd be more likely to follow through. So the way that I do that is if I maybe am not disciplined at night, I stay up later than I need to, or I should, or I don't go to bed when I should, right? And I wake up in the morning, I don't think, oh, I should change my alarm clock. I think, let me hold myself accountable and make this shit suck even more because I freaking slacked off last night, I stayed up later. Now that's a weird example, it's a very childish example, but this is like, it's the craziest shit that these childlike skills, like we all need more parenting. We really do. I mean, myself included, I'm not exempt, but I'm a lot further ahead than most people. So I'm just good at breaking this shit down so that you guys can elevate your level of discipline. But I'll tell you this, guys, as I get ready to close this up, is that I used to be the guy that thought he had the identity of being somebody that was disciplined, but he was only disciplined 5 days a week. So some of you guys are watching this video and you're like, oh, I'm pretty disciplined. Yeah, compared to who, motherfucker? Compared to, damn, that sounds good, don't it? But compared to who? You have good discipline, but you have good discipline compared to your peers, not the best of the best. And me, myself, I want to be the best of the best. I want to reach my greatness. So let's all take a time to inventory our levels of discipline, ask ourselves, are we focused on doing the right thing? Are we focused on attaching our daily discipline to a bigger why so we have judgment around quitting on it? Like our kids, or whatever it means, whatever it is for you that drives you, that you don't want to let people down. That's a huge driver for a high achiever, not letting people down. And then the third thing is increasing our consequences. Those are the three things that we need to do to elevate our discipline. And if you focus on those, you won't have to chase discipline. You'll actually be able to build it. All right, guys, good video today. Got me fired up. I'm ready to execute more relentlessly. And I'll give you one little bonus thing real quick. Resilience is the key to discipline as well. All right, you have to be able to overcome adversity. Like, it's very easy to do shit when you're well rested and caffeinated. It's very difficult to do things when you don't feel like doing them. So as you guys are building your integrity, you're building your why, and you're linking your why to the activity, and you're leveraging the fear of judgment, and you are focusing heavily on implementing consequences. I want you to focus as well when shit sucks. Can you bounce back? Can you be resilient? Can you focus on the task at hand with a positive attitude and go after it? Because resilience really does create more discipline. So those are 3+1 bonus tip for you guys to build discipline this week. Let's get it. Conquer all.